Welcome to the Imperial Brickz YouTube channel. It's Nixter here, and in this series, I've been collecting all of the characters featured in LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga video game. In this episode, we'll be adding a new minifigure to the TCS display here, we'll be adding a new minifigure to the extra toggle display, and we'll be correcting a couple of the minifigures already in the display. Of course, if you're interested in one of these cases for yourself, you can find an affiliate link down in the description below. Before we begin, it's been a while since this series started, so I want to do a quick refresher as to what's happening in these videos. In LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga video game, there are 36 levels that you can play, and once you beat each level, it allows you to replay the level in free play mode. Before you begin the level in free play, it allows you to select a character from the character selection screen. You have all of the characters unlocked in the game. The character selection screen will look like this, and I am trying to go out and get all of the characters that you can play as in the game in real life. A lot of them were not made by LEGO, they were made specifically for the video game, and that's why this is actually a challenge and not something that's easy to just go out and do. With this display in particular, I'm trying to place all of the minifigures in the respective spot that you find them in on the character selection screen. The minifigure we're going to be correcting in today's video is the Boba Fett that I have in the TCS display, and there's nothing wrong with this one in particular, except for the fact that the helmet print is dark red. So, see if I can zoom in on this guy for you. And it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see this is brown down here, and this does just have ever so slightly a reddish hue to it. And what I have here in this bag is an updated, or not updated, it's kind of the opposite actually, is an older version of the Boba Fett helmet in the brown color, and this one just happens to have a really nice print, at least for the line there. You can see the two arrows are very wonky, unlike this one right here where they're almost perfect. But the reason I'm switching this out is because the brown is the correct color, and the red, the dark red here, is just from one of the magnet packs that they did. I'm not sure why they chose to do dark red, but unfortunately with their new and improved printing capabilities, that's what they decided to go out and do, the wrong color. So I have to go back and get this older helmet and use this for my TCS Boba Fett minifigure. And there was actually one more thing I wanted to mention. Although I'm switching out the helmet, I'm going to be keeping the 2009 style print. And you will notice that the armor, as in the green parts, look a lot nicer. The prints are a lot more lined up and crispy. But one thing that's weird that I noticed is the wrinkles underneath the armor are really dark and thick compared to the wrinkles on the older version of the torso. Something to consider when you're collecting stuff that, you know, even though LEGO minifigures are the same and they're produced for multiple years at a time, the quality and the colors and different things do actually improve or don't improve. I mean, I'm not sure the gray being darker and wider is really, like a step backwards, but definitely, again, something interesting to consider. The minifigure we get to add to the extra toggle display today is not much of a minifigure, but it is a character for sure, and this is Gasgano. You can see he is basically the nozzle of a fire hose with a head on the top and 4 arms. He is missing 2 limbs. I don't know if we can assume these are all supposed to be arms and that they just, didn't give him legs, which is okay. I mean, he just needed to fit in that pod racer for the LEGO set, right? He didn't actually need to be able to walk around. And another thing worth mentioning is that in the in-game files, I believe he does not have a head. It's just empty, so the helmet is just floating. And I can definitely get my hands on a clear translucent head, so let me know in the comments if you guys think I should switch out the actual correct head for the clear head. And another thing, I did look into trying to switch this helmet and arms out for the light bluish gray alternatives of the same part, and there is no light bluish gray version of this helmet, unfortunately, so he's going to have to stay in the light gray color. This mini-kit build is a bit smaller than some of the other ones, but all mini-kit builds will be treated equally in this series, and this is a Snowspeeder, so you can see we've got the old LEGO gray for the wings and these brackets back here. as well as this beautiful 2-color printed tile. And we've got the greenhouse, the cockpit right there, engine detail, whatever you can of that. And then the really cool thing about this is the way they did the guns actually holds the entire wings to the build of the body of the ship. So yeah, very clever technique for, I don't know what year this was, maybe 2002, 2003. So I'm impressed, and I think it looks like a great little Snowspeeder in the micro scale. So this is the mini kit build for this episode, and we'll take a look at this next to the other ones in just a second. Now this is a first, but unfortunately we're going to be removing one of the figures from the TCS display, and that's for a really good reason. So this Bou Leia minifigure is actually not based off of the complete Saga at all. I just assumed that it was for, I don't know why. I just figured, hey, it's a custom seller making a pad printed Leia that looks almost like the Bou Leia, so that is what that is. But I never actually confirmed that, and it was pointed out that the leg printing was missing, and then the maker of the custom figure here actually commented and said that this has nothing to do with the complete Saga. So this figure is going to be leaving the display, but of course, if you're interested in this Bou Leia, definitely shoot me a DM or an email and we can work something out. The minifigure we get to add to the main TCS display today is a minifigure I've been waiting for a very, very long time, and that would be, drumroll please, here he is, Endor Han Solo. Now, the first thing you probably noticed is that this minifigure has pupils, and fear not, I have a Han Solo minifigure right here with the older style head, so we'll be switching that out in just a second here. But we got to take a second to admire this one of 50 Endor Han Solo minifigure. If I can get the plastic off of here, we can take a closer look. There's the card. We've got number 8 of 50, and nothing else on the back. Again, 8 of 50. You can pause if you wanted to read whatever that said. But let's take a look at the minifigure we have here. Of course, the helmet piece is custom. Lego did not make the TCS style Endor helmet. And then we also have a custom torso print. I do not know about the legs. Just from looking at them, I want to say they're not official because those look too nice, but I have some official legs, so let me grab those. I actually don't have the navy blue pair. I only have the navy blue hip piece with the tan legs, but you can see that they look really, really similar, and I would be hard-pressed to say that this is actually not the official Lego one, so I think the only custom parts here are the torso print and the helmet, but again, that's okay because helmet is a molded piece in that color of plastic, and that is a super, super crispy, nice looking torso print. The chest area is nicely done. It's opaque. It's lined up at the top. The white, again, super crisp print on the edges, but also very opaque. Nothing bleeding through, and the camo on the edges, it's not perfect. We do have some on the back. I don't know if we ever see Han Solo's back, Endor Han Solo. I guess in free play you can see it. I'll have to get a picture of that or look at that to see how accurate that is specifically, but for the most part, I'm really happy with this, and let's go ahead and change out the head on this Han Solo. So I'm just going to get the head from this minifigure, pulled from the website, imperialbricks.com. If you're shopping for, just so you guys can see, not painted, molded in that color. Doesn't matter how it was molded, it was molded. And we can put this head back on. And ta-da, there is our Endor style Han Solo for now. Now, I've mentioned this in the missing figures video, but I would love to get a Han Solo head or face print that is different from this one. Unfortunately, it's just not something that I've seen any sellers make. So until I do see someone selling a custom Han Solo head, the official one that looks like this is going to have to do for all of the Han Solo minifigures in the TCS display. Looking at our mini kit builds, the Snowspeeder fits nicely on that side. Hopefully this quickly fills up as I do more episodes, but you can see we've got Sebulba's Pod Racer, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, Luke's X-Wing, and now that episode 5 Snowspeeder. Moving over to the extra toggle display, we've got our Gasgano minifigure, and I actually have no idea how to connect this to the ground built out of Lego or anything really, so just going to try to adjust the arms like that, and he's going to be right there next to Sebulba for the time being. Back over at the main TCS display, we've got our Boba minifigure, and he goes right here next to the Skiff Guard and Wicket. Or not Wicket, that's just the brown Ewok. That is Wicket. And finally, after many months of waiting on this minifigure, I can now add the Endor Han Solo, who goes actually next to Wicket, right there. And there are the other two Endor minifigures. They're just kind of split because of the end of that last row. So that's going to conclude today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and go check out imperialbrickz.com for all your official LEGO Star Wars minifigure needs.